We think we know everything about the hotel. We have memorized the attack patterns of Rush. We know how to solve the puzzle in the library. We know exactly when to run from Seek. The developers of Doors, LS Splash, have created a masterpiece of horror. But every code has its secrets, every game has a shadow, and in the dark corners of the Roblox servers, there is a legend that refuses to die. They call it the Lost Room, or as the files use to name it, Room 666. This is not a hack. This is not a fan-made game. This is a remnant of something that should have been deleted years ago. Let me tell you the history that the developers don't want you to know. Back in the early days of Doors, before the Hotel Plus update, there was a rumor about a new entity. It was supposed to be the final boss of a secret floor. The developers wanted to create a monster that did not attack your avatar, but attacked your mind. It was designed to learn your fears. They called this project Subject 6. They built a special room for it, Room 666. But during the testing phase, something went wrong. The AI of the monster was too unpredictable. It started crashing servers, it started breaking the audio of the game. The developers realized that Subject 6 was a mistake. It was too glitchy, too dangerous for the game's code. So they made a decision. They scrapped the update. They deleted the monster from the assets, and they removed Room 666 from the generation script. Or at least, they thought they did. You see, you cannot completely delete something from the internet. Fragments of code always remain. Shadows linger. And now, players are reporting that the room is back. But it is not a normal room anymore. It is a trap. Finding it is almost impossible. It is the rarest event in the game. Rarer than the shadow entity. Rarer than the glitch. But there is a pattern. All the reports have one thing in common. They all found the room after 3 a.m., when the servers are quiet, when the connection to reality is thin. I needed to see it for myself. I am a hunter of myths, and I do not scare easily. Last night, at exactly 3:05 a.m., I put on my headphones, turned off all the lights in my house, and logged into Doors. I played alone. No friends, no revives. Just me and the hotel. The run started normally. I passed the reception. I hid from Rush in room 12. I found the key in room 25. Everything felt normal. Too normal. The hotel felt quiet. But as I went deeper, the atmosphere began to change. Around room 60, the lights started to buzz louder than usual. The rain outside the window stopped falling. It was dead silent. I reached room 65. The next door should have been room 66. I walked up to the door. It looked like a standard heavy oak door. It had the same texture, the same brass handle. But then, I saw the plate. The brass number plate on the door was flickering. It changed from 066 to 666 for a split second, then back to 066, then back to 666. It was glitching. My heart started to race. I knew this was it. This was the anomaly. I hesitated. My instinct told me to turn back, to leave the game. But curiosity is a curse. I reached out and pressed E to open the door. The handle turned. The door creaked open slowly, much slower than usual, and I stepped inside. As soon as I crossed the threshold, the door behind me slammed shut. I turned around to open it, but the handle was gone. The door fused with the wall. I was trapped. I turned back to look at the room. It was not a normal hallway. It was pitch black. My lighter did not work. My flashlight flickered and died. It was an absolute void. There were no walls, no floor textures, just endless darkness. I tried to walk forward, but I could not hear my own footsteps. It was like floating in space. And then I heard it. It started very quiet, barely audible. Breathing, heavy, raspy breathing. It sounded like it was coming from right behind my ear. It was wet and cold. I spun my camera around, but I saw nothing. The breathing got louder. It wasn't coming from the game speakers. It felt like it was coming from inside my own room. I tried to open the chat to type "help," but the chat box was missing. I tried to open the menu to leave, but the leave button was grayed out. I was locked in. The breathing turned into a low growl. I realized then that the Subject 6 monster was never deleted. It was just hiding, waiting for someone foolish enough to enter its domain. It doesn't have a body. It doesn't have a jump scare. It is the darkness itself. Suddenly, the breathing stopped. The silence was worse. Then, 2 white pixels appeared in the center of my screen. Eyes, tiny distant eyes staring at me from the void. They started to get closer, not walking, but zooming in. My game started to freeze. The frame rate dropped to 1 frame per second. The audio started to loop, a horrible screeching glitch sound that hurt my ears. The eyes got right up to my face, and then my computer gave up. The Roblox player crashed completely. No error message, no "you died" screen, just my desktop wallpaper. I sat there in the dark, shaking. I checked the time. It was 3:33 a.m. Listen to me carefully. The developers tried to delete Room 666 for a reason. There are things in the code that are not meant to be played. If you are playing Doors late at night and you see a door plate flickering, do not open it. Do not be curious. Just turn around and hide in a closet until the morning comes. Because if you enter Room 666, the game might crash, but the breathing might follow you out. Subscribe to Roblox Files if you want to stay safe.